about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson match, he was the first to step in and tell Jake,
"When I catch you, mother, I kill you, mother. You crazy? I know the nigga playing with. I don't play no hands. I'll you up.
The thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is,
when Floyd Mayweather learned about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson match, he was the first to step in and tell Jake Paul to immediately call off the fight. As you're aware, Floyd usually keeps his cool and stays out of the spotlight. He doesn't typically circulate rumors or make predictions, but on this particular occasion, his deep respect for Mike Tyson kept him from keeping quiet. He was furious and issued a terrible warning to Jake Paul. But there was more to this rage than just the match announcement. Jake's hurtful remarks on Tyson's deceased daughter also had a role in it. And then, Floyd said, "And what do you know?" He went on to share some really delectable Paul brothers secrets. Now that we have the inside track, let's get going.
the thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is, everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes.
Floyd Mayweather, who is considered to be one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in boxing history, began his career in the ring at the tender age of 7. They had called him Pretty Boy when he was little. He ultimately finished his career with a brilliant spotless record in 15 major world titles, spanning from the light middleweight to the super featherweight classes. But when you ask anyone who played a significant role in Floyd's success, his name usually comes up first: Michael Tyson. Despite the fact that Tyson and Mayweather are fierce rivals in the ring and are unrelated, Mayweather has never denigrated Tyson. Instead, he speaks highly of Tyson's dedication and work ethic all the time. In the boxing world, both men are definitely larger-than-life characters, and they share a unique affinity. You might remember a funny thing that happened in 2015 at a WBC meeting at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Mayweather was on stage interacting with other attendees. At the time, he held the titles of WBC Junior Middleweight and Welterweight Champion. Suddenly, Tyson was standing there, jokingly feigning to toss one of his famous right hands. As Tyson grinned and turned away from the fictitious assault, the audience laughed. To his credit, Mayweather showed outstanding sportsmanship by smiling and embracing the situation with sincerity, hardly hesitating at all. Since then, these two renowned warriors have retired. With a flawless 50-0 record at the end of his career, Mayweather never lost, reaffirming his status as one of the most respected and astute figures in sports. Many fans and journalists still consider getting an interview with Mayweather or having him on a podcast to be a dream come true, even though he rarely makes these appearances. Thus, it remains to be seen what motivated Mayweather to step in and insist that Jake Paul immediately withdraw from his fight with Tyson. Let's take a closer look at this unfolding situation to find out the real story.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you to put that.
Yo, let's bust him up. Where you running, Jake? Where you going since your fight? Since you lost? What's up, Jake? Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him! Jake Paul running, champ. Why is he running?
Permit me to impart to you some very interesting information that seems to have escaped notice. The most recent fight between Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul, which took place in February 2023 shortly after Jake's loss to Tommy Fury, is seen in the video that you just saw. Oh my battle. Everyone was watching the match with bated breath because Jake had been taking on respectable boxers in an attempt to make a name for himself in the ring. Well, Jake's wild journey to become a household name in the sport involved a matchup with Leland, which he eventually lost. Is that fate, right? Things are heating up now that Mike Tyson and Jake are scheduled to fight on July 20th. Are you curious about Mike's coach's remarks?
Mike is a monster. And the only thing I can guarantee, Mike gonna touch Jake, 100%. It's gonna be impossible to Mike don't touch Jake.
That came from the man who maintains the mitts and exercises with Tyson every day. Let's be explicit about this as well. Mike, it's not Tommy Fury. Jake is facing a legendary opponent in the ring who throws punches that are nearly impossible to dodge. Tyson's stare had the power to paralyze you even before the battle began. In his prime, he was a fearsome beast. His opponents often felt defeated before the first bell rang. Tyson was able to execute moves flawlessly during confrontations because of his unrelenting focus. He is renowned for his knockout punches, but he also possesses very astute defensive moves. He dodged and dodged so expertly that he was ready for those deadly counter moves. In this photo, Jake is still getting ready to get into the ring. He almost seems to be going crazy, running after anything, even fame. Going back to Floyd Mayweather, he made it very clear. Jake is just a young boy in the ring when he fights Tyson. Mike strikes too forcefully for Jake to handle. This is much above his pay grade.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
The inference Floyd is drawing here is known to us. He talks about Jake Paul's recent rise to fame on YouTube, where he has been making videos, chatting with other fighters, doing vlogs, and doing podcast interviews to talk about the newest things. That's where Jake feels most at ease. Floyd, though, is ready to confront him with the truth. Jake's encounter with a genuine fighter in the ring will be far different from stage drama on YouTube. In the ring, there are no edits or resets, just pure, terrible reality that may quickly break anyone who is weak enough to confront it. Floyd added, speaking candidly, that when he...
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Floyd roasts really smoothly, am I right? It's clear that Jake has mostly sparred in the ring with other YouTubers and MMA fighters. Though they present a tough demeanor, these guys are inexperienced fighters. Rather than going after a professional boxing career, they come to make money off of a one-time boxing thrill. It's true that Jake has high expectations, and there's no doubting his ability to succeed. But first, he needs to familiarize himself with the rules and ethics of sports. You can't expect to be taken seriously if you just barge in, make fun of other people, or behave disrespectfully toward their family. Now that Jake has developed an entire movie mocking Mike Tyson, this is extremely true. He makes fun of podcasts and television shows all the time, so listen to Jake's bold claim.
Well, I want to see how hard he hits, Mike. I really want to see, bro. Let's see all the legends, the myths, because you're Iron Mike Tyson, but I have an iron chin.
Does he even know that Iron Mike is the moniker given to Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson only started competing professionally in boxing at the age of 19, but at 20, he was the heavyweight champion of the world. In 1985, he fought in 15 fights in 1 year, winning all of them with brutality that would have made even the hardest bitten veterans shudder. He was called the most violent fighter to step into a ring by Sky Sports, and Lap Kid Dynamite by Sports Illustrated at one point. He is now regarded by many as the most evil person in the world due to his vicious tactics and bold demeanors. Tyson earned the nickname Iron for his physical toughness, knockout power, tenacity, and unchanging resolve as his supremacy developed. A fighter known by the moniker Iron Mike was a legend who could take on any opponent and was made entirely of steel. And here's Jake declaring that because he has an iron chin, he can take on everything Mike throws at him. It's more than just bold. That sounds a little too perfect. Taj, when Tyson and I step into the ring, it's not a vlog. It's not a podcast this. It's genuine and brutal. Watch Floyd Mayweather's direct call to action to save Jake Paul's life at the end.
I apologize, but
No problem.
There's no way he get demolished.
Most of Mike Tyson's opponents were so hurt that they needed time off before they could play again. And let us tell it like it is. In the ring, Mike has never faced a novice. He has regularly faced up against seasoned pros who were knowledgeable about the field and on par with him, and he has always annihilated them. Therefore, the idea that Jake would win and come out of the ring would vanish when he saw Mike's might and experience. And believe me when I say that someone like Floyd is privy to information that the rest of us are not. What do you think? Will Jake give up, or will the struggle shatter some of his bones? Don't forget to share your opinions in the comment box. For more boxing news, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.